aesthetic flat closure, a decision that has become a powerful part of her advocacy work. She uses her platforms with over 2 million followers on TikTok and Instagram to challenge societal beauty standards, uplift women in post-mastectomy community, and amplify voices in the LGBTQ+ and minority communities. As a dedicated content creator, she inspires others to embrace confidence, resilience, and authenticity. Please join me in welcoming Stephanie Germino, better known to her community as TheeBooblessBabe.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Thank you so much. First, I want to thank the American Cancer Society for inviting me here today and for the incredible work you do every single day. Your efforts don't just raise money, they raise hope. And hope is something I know deeply. My name is Stephanie Germino, and 4 years ago, I made a decision that would change my life forever. I chose to remove both of my breasts, not because I had cancer yet, but because I carry a genetic mutation in my BRCA1 gene that put me at an 87% risk of having breast cancer. When you hear that kind of number, 87%, it stops you in your tracks. I remember the day I got my results. I felt like the air had been knocked out of me. I was only in my 20s. I had a young son. And suddenly I was faced with a question no one ever wants to ask themselves. Do I wait for cancer, or do I take action now? For me, the answer became clear. I wanted to be here for my son and my partner. I wanted to live without constantly waiting for a phone call that could change everything. So I had a preventative double mastectomy, and when it came to reconstruction, I made another decision. I chose an aesthetic flat closure. That means I decided not to get implants or any type of breast mound reconstruction, but instead to have a smooth, flat chest. Now, let me tell you something. That decision was not met with applause at the time. Society has a lot to say about a woman's body, especially about breasts, or in my case, lack thereof. I was told I would regret it. I was told I wouldn't feel feminine, that I'd never feel beautiful again. And I'll be honest, there were tough moments in recovery when I looked in the mirror, but slowly I realized I was still me. In fact, I was more me than ever before. My strength wasn't measured by my curves. It was in the courage to protect my life and live authentically. Sharing that choice publicly was terrifying, but I knew I couldn't be the only one feeling the weight of those decisions. So I started telling my story online, and I became known as TheeBooblessBabe. And what happened next changed my life. Messages started pouring in from women all over the world. Women who didn't know going flat was an option. Women who felt seen for the first time. Women who told me my story gave them the courage to make the choice that was right for them. Today, over 2 million people follow along my platforms. Not because I have all of the answers, but because I'm willing to stand in my truth, scars and all, and say, this is what survival can look like. This is what beauty can look like. Advocacy for me isn't just about prevention or treatment. It's about representation. It's about showing up for people in all phases of this journey, whether they're in the fight, in recovery, or navigating life after cancer with a body that looks and feels different. And that's why we're here today. The American Cancer Society doesn't just fund research, it funds hope across and support. It creates the possibility for more people to make it to the other side of diagnosis and to have resources along the way. Now, cancer doesn't discriminate. It touches every age, race, gender, and community. And so, our fight for awareness, access, and representation has to include everyone. That's why it matters that we talk about disparities in care. We reach marginalized communities. that we make sure the images and stories we share reflect the people who are living these realities. Because when people see themselves in the movement, they believe they have a place in it. If my story leaves you with anything today, I hope it's this. We can't always choose what happens to us, but we can choose what we do with it. I choose to take my fear and turn it into fuel for advocacy. And each of you here has the power to do the same. Whether it's by donating, volunteering, sharing resources, or simply starting a conversation with someone who might need it. The work we do here matters. The money we raise changes outcomes. The awareness we spread saves lives. So let's make this year that we go further, reach farther, and fight harder together. Thank you.
You are brave and you are beautiful, and